Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Nasdaq with Arshia back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about what's going to happen this year in 2022 in the stock market. Will it go up? Will we have amazing gains, or will it plummet down to the darkness? So before we begin, I want to say I'm not a financial advisor and you should always do your own due diligence and research before taking part in any investment scheme. Let's get into it. So when I share my screen, please be sure to subscribe, click that red button down below, the like button. It's really going to help me. Thank you so much. So people are expecting a tough year for stocks, but lots of opportunities for bargain hunters, Barron's experts say. Let's talk about this first. So according to Barron's experts, the Federal Reserve prepares to drain liquidity from the financial system to cool the inflation that its policies partially stoke. And while that happens, Wall Street's pandemic era party appears to be ending. Stocks, bonds, crypto, you name it. Almost every asset class has hit a rough patch since 2022 dawned, and things could actually get worse before they begin to get better. And that's the consensus of Barron's articles in a nutshell now. Okay, next. New York Times. After another great year for the stock market, peril lingers. Let's read that. And there we go. So inflation and the coronavirus did not hold back the stock market last year, but in 2022, investors face new worries. Why? So in my opinion, it may be the first in a series of ups and downs as Wall Street anticipates moves by the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, and copes with the lingering pandemic. According to the New York Times, it will be hard for investors to know what to do as the Delta variant gives way to Omicron and whatever variants evolve next. As for the Fed, the evolution of its policy is perplexing the markets too. Recent statements and past behavior by its chair, Jerome Powell, suggests it will ramp up the effort to fight inflation, then change course if markets become unduly agitated. So after the S&P rose about 10.6% in the fourth quarter, giving it about a 26.9% gain for 2021, the index made a marginal new high as 2022 began and then lost ground. So one reason for the January decline is the release of minutes from the December Fed meeting, which showed growing discomfort about inflation and included discussion of accelerating the pace of interest rate increases. The minutes led some investment banks to forecast 4 rate increases this year instead of 3, and an earlier start to the process of selling the trillions of dollars of assets bought in the quantitative easing program. With that being said, these are two of the stock picks that I have thought for 2022 and January in this current situation. So number one would be for me, Microsoft, because analysts are betting that Microsoft will continue its winning ways in 2022 on the back of continued cloud adoption. While the company's long-term story remains intact, its stock price may face some turbulence this year, like up-down volatility, as investors rebalance their portfolios ahead of an anticipated monetary tightening by the Fed. So some analysts have predicted a 400 price target for Microsoft. And why has it grown so far? Let's take a look at why it hasn't grown so far. So basically, the price surge in Microsoft's stock in recent years, according to Investopedia, has been predicated on growth for its cloud division, Azure. The company does not separate out Azure earnings. However, it reported that revenues from the division grew by 50%, continuing a period of double-digit growth rates in the past couple of years. And in my opinion, the long-term trends for Azure look bright based on past experience. The pandemic accelerated the move toward cloud deployment, and the market, according to analysts, this market is expected to touch $1 trillion by 2030. Microsoft, which ranks second in the cloud sweepstakes, is fast closing the gap and the competition with market leader Amazon or AMZN. Importantly, it's doing so not by siphoning customers away from Amazon, but by actually bringing new ones to the market. It's a different competition strategy of market. So the second stock pick that I would love to look at this year in 2022 would be, drumroll, Uber. So Uber's heavily discounted valuation is finally receiving the attention it deserves, in my opinion, as investors begin to recognize the opportunity that it's this leading MaaS, or mobility as a service business, basically a taxi service, and this provides in the new normal. So Uber Eats, Uber Rise are poised to explode with margin expanding growth in the new normal as our digitally conditioned global economy and the way we are used to having things delivered to us and us driving us around, all based on technology. All of this relies on these leading mobility services more than ever. And that's why I think Uber is going to be a good one this year. And a flood of analysts are coming out with like exceptionally bullish outlooks on this next generation global leader in MaaS services and digitally fueled mobility. So according to Yahoo Finance, 22 out of 25 analysts are calling Uber a buy now with no sell ratings. Uber is trading 75% below its average price target of more than $70 a share. And guess what? It continues to rise. So let's look at Uber real quick. So Uber stock. And there's something really, really interesting that I wanted to show you guys. And once again, please hit the subscribe button down below. Okay, so it's dropped 41. It continues to rise, however, because we all know this has been a tough time for the market, but it just continues to rise. And over the past month, it has risen and tumbled, but we know the 1-year return on this because of the pandemic was negative 25.23. But long term, let's look at the long term. The long term max is not doing very great because of the pandemic. But I believe that this year it'll do great because the market, like the economy is starting to still recovering and it's opening up. So the market cap is 80.53 billion, which just shows how good this looks at. And you can see that everybody is predicting that Uber will grow well in these articles if you look at the titles. And let's look at Microsoft now. So Microsoft, you can see it's been rising steadily over the past couple of days and up 0.25%. Over the past 1 year, the return has been 45.87%, which is amazing. And over the past 5 years, 394.42%. So we know that we want to see that steady growth, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So in the end, I think I'd vote on Microsoft a little bit more. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And please be sure to comment and subscribe. This will help us grow, and I'm trying to hit 1K subscribers. And if you do that, it will really make me happy. So thank you so much, and see you on the moon. Bye bye.